Hi there. This video was originally a Halloween special, but I didn't get to it in time, so now it's a November special. But in this video I am making versions of some of the Canon EXEs for my XOC. Sign all versions of X in this video are 2011 Lord X Lord Morris, Grandado, 2017 X Lord Broken Face Legacy, and the EXE. I'm not doing Xenophons because I wanted to focus mostly on the Lord X and 2011 timelines. Also because I can't come up with anything for him, with that all said and done. I think we should start with my version of 2011. Sienna's 2011 form is more just a normal EXE form, the most common one that he has right next to the next character. Anyways, I should probably tell you who Sienna is. He is the creator of his own universe and a little bit of a therapist, with methods that are a little extreme. But he only uses them when the victim is not willing to change their bad behavior. I basically wanted to play with the I am God aspect of the original sonic.exe. Most of his victims are people hiding something dark or just jerks, with no respect for others. And depending on what the person does, his treatment of them will change. For example, someone who has accidentally killed someone else will not have the same treatment as someone who murdered somebody. And here he is. I gave him the gray shoes and some handcuffs so he can be more like 2011. Most of the design is to distinguish him from any other EXE. Also, I made some color palettes based off Sonic and 2011. Sadly, the speed paint footage was lost for the Lord X and Lord Mortis versions, so I'll just talk about them with music. There is not many differences between the 2011 and Lord X variations of Sienna, besides using this form a lot more than the 2011 one. But in this part of the timeline he is a little bit more aggressive and jaded. He's growing tired of all the people that will not try to better themselves. He basically gives up on them. Now time to talk about the design. I gave him a priest-like outfit with an X necklace. Also, I gave him a thorn crown and the stigmata, aka the holes in the hands, but with an X in them. Here is the first timeline split. Sienna in this form is a lot more anxious and manic than the original form. He acts a lot more like Lord X than anything else. Basically the opposite of Lord Mortis. The design is just mostly a rotten Sonic. I gave him a hole showing his skull. Worms, and in his chest is a fleshy heart shape. Also, why he looks like this is because all of his power was taken away from the person who overflew him, causing his body to collapse on itself. Thankfully, my version of Ganado speed paint actually recorded. The bad part is that I don't have a lot to talk about. Like, I have some concepts for him, like some sort of antichrist, some sort of figure in the world. But that's basically it. And here he is. Don't really have a lot to say. Probably just going to redesign him in the future. Also, one of the references I used was art by Cyberler1109. Go follow them. The same thing happened with the footage of 2017. Okay, my version of 2017 is a lot different than the original. He actually doesn't think he's Sonic but pretends to be. But he keeps the illusion for the victims to be in. The bad people he captures will have their memories replaced with false memories and turn into a Sonic character. Gooder people are turned into Sonic characters but their memories are intact. Everybody has to keep the illusion up, or they will be hunted down by Sina in the Sonic form, or the 10 feet tall form that is as fast as a fighter jet. He's a little bit more violent than the others. So my version of the EXE has two similarities to the original, and that being that they both can transform, and they were banished from their separate worlds. That's where the similarities end. My version of the EXE aka Jiko has three different forms, one for the past, present, and future. I'm going to mostly focus on the present form, but here's the other two forms. The present form is Jiko trying her best to mimic Sina's normal Sonic form. Also, Jiko is a girl. Okay, so why is she like this? Well, when she was first curated by Sina, he accidentally gave her his more violent side. So she became more and more violent, so Sina stopped needing her help over the years. Jiko, not really understanding what was going on, lashed out, causing Sina to lock her up deep into his realm. Not because Sina was scared of her, but because he was scared of himself. Eventually she would be able to get out of the cage that Sina trapped her in, causing multiple other timeline splits. And here is her present beast mode. Here are the other two beast modes if you wanted to see them. Well, this is a little anticlimactic. Actually, I might have something for you. You know how I said that there would be only Canon EXEs in this video? What if we just threw that away? That's right, I'm drawing Sarah from Needle Mouse, more specifically just her Sonic form. Like everybody else, my version of Sarah is a little bit different from the original. Sina went down a different path and was a bit more meaner. He didn't really care about others a whole lot. Sina made one of the first discs for his game near the place where Sarah was buried. She was now officially connected to the disc. So Sina had a thought. What if you give a human godlike powers? Okay, now for her design. There isn't a whole lot to it. Her face is supposed to look like a corpse, because she was dead for a little while before Sina made his disc. Also, I made an alternate render that is a lot closer to the original Needle Mouse style. So that's it. I'll probably make another video like this with more non-canon characters. Like Fatal Error, Hog and Scorched, maybe D-Side's version of Sina, Tendra and many more, but that's it for now. Good night, sweet dreams for all.